Greetings and salutations, movie nerds. My name is Gilbert Ybarra, and welcome back to the Attic Review. Alright, guys, so we've been having fun the past few episodes. We went over two of my favorite cult classics, a new release that should be checked out by everyone immediately, and now let's get back onto the scary train. So, this movie, I've slept on twice. I know, shame on Gilbert, but 2016, kind of a low-key release. I can't remember if I saw it first by the DVD cover or skimming through Netflix. Either way, I watched it and fell in love with this movie. So much I wrote a review with a lot of high praise for it on the atticreview.com, which is now debunked because none of you mother flowers ever read that. I'm over it, but let's get back to this channel. So this movie I fell in love with. Fast forward to maybe a few weeks ago, a good friend of mine was like, dude, this movie is right up your alley. It's in a morgue, great actors, cool scares. I'm like, dude, what movie is it? He tells me the title. I'm like, I've seen it. I have it on DVD. And yet I'm not talking about it more. And that's my fault. And that's why we are here today to tell you why you should watch this film. What movie is it? Let me tell you right now. It is The Autopsy of... The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Let's check out that cool poster. I swear, I don't know who designs cases like this, but you can see the poster really reflects the DVD case, and now it's starting to come back to me. I was walking through the store. It wasn't Netflix that caught me. It was this DVD case, and I was like, oh, wow, that looks very enticing. I want to watch it. And now I'm still scratching my head because I don't know why more people haven't seen this movie. I mean, it's got a killer premise, great actors, and I mean, if you're in a morgue, that's like a Candyland of horror movie fans. Every step you're taking is a crank at that jack-in-the-box and you're waiting to get scared senseless. So how come more people aren't talking about it? My only guess is that it was just poor advertising and marketing because, honestly, if it wasn't for this DVD case, I wouldn't have known about it at all. But this case, thankfully, I normally am not one to look at the quotes, but when the master of suspense and horror Stephen King says this, visceral horror to rival Alien early Cronenberg, watch it but not alone, you watch it. All right, Stephen, I tell you what, I did watch it, and I watched it alone because I'm brave. No, I wasn't that brave. I actually got really scared. And the movie, though, has such a cool element and atmosphere. It made me kind of want to watch it with someone close to me. You know, wish I could have held Bay this whole time watching this movie. And that's one of many reasons why you should watch this film. And we're going to go over the rest right now. Bunch of Simpson perverts. Now, before I get into why this is actually a pretty cool date movie, I want to discuss the acting chops this movie shows. Mainly three of the characters. We've got some background guys, but I'm not going to talk about them, alright? They're just filler. This is the killer stuff right here. So, our two male characters are Brian Cox, who is my boy from Trick or Treat, and one of my favorite comedies, Super Troopers. He plays Tommy. His son, Austin, is played by Emil Hirsch, my guy from Lone Survivor. He will always have a special place in my heart for his work in that. So, let's see this father and son coroner team. Now we know our protagonists. We've got Tommy and Austin. There's enough of attention that you can feel to give a shit about them and their background story. There's Austin wanting to leave the nest, and Tommy, with his wife recently passing, he's just alone and doesn't want to be alone. And so henceforth, he wants his son with him more often. Now, these two provide wonderful performances, no doubt. But the real star is the actress that portrays the title card character, Jane Doe. She is played by Ophelia Lovibond. If I said that incorrectly, please forgive me, but here she goes. She's lovely, isn't she? Now, the fascinating part about this, and really, really just impressive, is that she portrays the cadaver the whole time. Cadaver or corpse, whatever, you know what I'm saying. She plays that lifeless body the whole time. That's not just some prop. She's there. I forgot to mention this too. She's naked the whole time. Which, man, that takes metaphorical balls to do. She's naked the whole time, and even she had to calm everybody else down on set because, like, yo, we're actors, but we got this naked chick right here the whole time. But she is straight professional. Honestly, I've watched this movie 1,000 times, not for the nudity, but just to see if there's any rising of the lungs and stuff like that. And by lungs, I mean lungs, not breasts, you perverts. Because honestly, there's nudity in movies like Friday the 13th and stuff like that. But this is tastefully done. But I'm going to give you a warning because there is a lot of nudity. And to go along with that nudity, too, is some grotesque, like, autopsy stuff. We're doing an autopsy of Jane Doe. There's not really a dress code at the morgue. They prefer you in your birthday suit. So I'm sorry, guys, there is going to be a lot of nudity. But that does not detract away from what the movie is doing and the spooks it's going to deliver. So aside from these actors, let's get into why also you should watch this movie. Alright, I can keep going on and on about the amazing acting chops, but I want to get into the story. This is the real reason why you should watch this movie, because we have a slight... Okay, yeah, we have a mystery with a Jane Doe. If you're not familiar with what a Jane Doe is a term used when you cannot identify a woman's body. On the opposite, a man would be John Doe. So we have a Jane Doe that was found with, I want to say, 3 other bodies, and there's no connections. The sheriff needs answers, and so that's why we have Tommy and Austin to do the correct autopsy and to provide a report, so that way the sheriff could have some answers on what's going on. And from there, it should just be a normal autopsy, open and shut case, but this woman's body doesn't make sense medically. Like the way some of the damage is done, she should not look the way she looks, and some of the damage that was happening doesn't match up with the crime scenes or anything else. So there's that element of mystery as well, which makes this movie even more intriguing. And that's another reason why I like this movie. It's got a good storyline. It just keeps building, and even at the end, I was like, is there a little bit more to it? Should I research? And it's not a bad thing to have at the end of a movie, to have more questions. And it's not bad open-end questions like, oh man, that movie sucks because they didn't answer it. That's not the case. They did a good enough job of answering it, but leaving that mystery still there to want more, which is the goal of movies, to want more. So there I go about the... Okay, I get the hint. I'll wrap it up. So besides the amazing and killer performances by the cast and the awesome storyline, 2 things I really want you to pay attention to when watching this are the audio and visual treats that the movie presents. Visually speaking, you're going to notice this now, is that they have like a bluish hue that never leaves the whole time. And to me, it kind of put me in a trance and gave me that sense of dread that was kind of needed to make me feel scared later on. Audio wise, I'm a huge mark. I'm going to say every video, I love a good musical score. And this musical score was great because it wasn't oversaturated. It was nice in being a guide, but not watering down or taking away or making like the jump scares feel cheap. It was a great necessary evil, and it was there appropriately. So I'm done ranting and raving about how great this movie is, okay? Autopsy of Jane Doe should be on your list to watch with family and friends. Okay, not your family, okay? Just watch it with your friends. You're going to have a good time with this movie. You're going to be nice and scared, alright? So, guys, I did it again. Please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. We got back on the spooky train. Now I need some help from you guys, alright? If you didn't notice, I've got 2 selections, Doctor Sleep and 1 cut of the Dead. So leave some comments, let me know. Either way, those movies are coming out, just in which order, let me know, guys. Again, click like and subscribe. It's been a blast. Smile Tiger, Gilbert Ibarra. Thank you for watching the Attic Review.